Theoplis, let's kick it off from where it started. I mean, where did your original inspiration for creating art? Where did that bug come from?
Well, thankfully, just being able to be exposed to it as a child. My family come from a creative background between my father being an oil painter, my mom being a seamstress. And of course, being a witty kid, just having that childlike attitude still, that was my outlet as far as being creative and drawing and doodling and getting random notebooks and papers and everything like that. So.
As you got older, I mean, as you would grow and try different things, where did your kind of inspiration for making an impact come from? Some people just may draw for the success, or they may do it just to sell paintings. Where did your inspiration for truly making an impact come from?
Making an impact is just, since I'm a quiet person in nature, and I think some people, when they see meekness is counted as weakness, and then I look at society and the world and just our everyday people, of where is the voice for that person, or how they scream, what is their outlet. And so it's almost like I'm rooting for a lot of people, and the way I just happen to speak is through art.
Tell me a little bit about this piece right here. I mean, our first female person of color, Asian descent, vice president. Tell us about this piece right
Yeah,
here.
so of course the original piece was kind of inspired by the Rosie piece there, but I want to highlight, of course, just her being a beautiful African American, and among other things, our vice president, along this line lineage of people that have come across our U.S. and served. For us to have someone of color and just of excellence, I want to capture something to capture time. I'm almost like the modern day hieroglyphic, to be able to capture time and what's going on in today's society. So when I pass away, we still have a mark on what's happening around here, but in a witty way.
Being able to truly leave a legacy, being legendary. I mean, you have murals all over the city. When you have people who are watching you paint or watching you create, maybe some of the comments that you hear, what does it mean to you to essentially be like an inspiration here in the city of Fort Wayne, a black man representing? What does it mean to you to be a representation?
It feels good. It feels like that I'm being heard, that I'm not alone, because sometimes art can feel like a lonely journey, but when you have people that are among camaraderie and be able to see what you're doing in action, and seeing your impressions, and they understand it and they get it, that means everything to me, because it makes it once more. It's more than just for myself. It's an outlet, but it's for everyone to see. My gift is the gift to everyone.
Speaking of that, last summer it was a lot going on here in the city of Fort Wayne, all over the world. Protests, some people would say riots. So that experience with you creating boards of windows that were boarding up, creating on those, or creating pieces that was inspired from that. What was that time like for you to be able to express through your artwork?
That time was very therapeutic, actually, with the nature of how the condition of the world and the climate. I mean, like, we're in a pandemic, but inside of a pandemic, being black, it was a tough time, and it was a tough thing to digest. But what is the best healthy way I can put this out where it's not a detrimental to my mental state, but also to be able to help someone else out too. So, of course, we had broken windows and everything around the city, and this was an all hands on deck type of situation. So everyone, with the strength that you muster up, do your best. And so with me being able to paint, that's my way of help healing, help drawing awareness, but then also to a charge forward that's saying, hey, we can literally paint a better picture. So.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me about one of the pieces that you created. Do you remember one of the pieces that you created from after that protest that was on one of those boards for those small businesses?
Yes. So I decided to take the building for Forteza, and I intentionally did it because that's a place of gathering. That's a place where people come to meet, congregate, and talk. And so the piece that I made was called "Wake Up and Smell the Coffee," and it was just more so just people having a conversation. And I wanted to charge the city and charge the world to make sure that we're making a point to actually have understanding or gain understanding. I'm a fan of, in all you're getting, get understanding. And so that was my charge to the city and to the world, among other pieces.
And a little bit after that, then came Ice Cream Fort Wayne. Tell me a little bit about that. I like seeing, the different colors, the puppy on the front. But then there was also the Capitol kind of on the ice cream cone. Tell me a little bit
Yes.
about that.
I wanted to pay homage to the city in a way because, of course, growing up here, I feel like it's my right. and it's my diligence to make sure that I'm bringing some kind of positivity to the city. So you know how you go to a New York and you got your I Love New York t-shirts, and you go to Vegas, I Love Vegas, and all this other stuff. I want to have something like a staple or a flag here for the city where it's saying like, hey, I scream, you scream, you all scream for Wayne. And I want to make it a positive impact. It's like a call and response of like saying, hey, I'm proud of the city that I'm at, or I'm doing things to help make sure that the city is positive.
Tell me a little bit about the movie Soul. We've seen that you made a post, and Pixar actually came across it. The movie Soul came out. It was huge all across Disney Plus. Being able to see a black man in that role. But what did it mean to you? I mean, we know that you kind of paint from things that are your emotion, things that you see and feel. Where did that come from, and what did Soul mean to you?
Well, Soul meant kind of what I can't say when I don't have the words to articulate it. I think this was a visual representation of just that feeling inside it, or that inspiration where nothing, like everything else, just dissolves around you, and you're in your place of your truest form. And so being able to see that in a real time, and of course with Jamie Foxx and the cast doing a great, excellent job, I wanted to just pay homage to that as well too, and be able to create something. And then they actually inboxed me on my Instagram, and they were just saying like, hey, do you mind if we share this with everyone? And I'm like, I'm like, by all means, feel free to do it. But it shows once more that we have a lot in common, and that we all have some kind of spark, or some kind of gift that we want to be able to share and be able to do and touch. And so for everyone to be able to relate on that level, it was a blessing to do it.
Most definitely, that's exciting. Where did the idea of Phresh Laundry come from? Where did that name come from?
So Phresh Laundry came from a place of not knowing my identity. I literally found myself sobbing in a load of dirty clothes where I was going to do something detrimental to myself. And I found a revelation. I come from a family of faith, and it's a scripture in the Bible where David's talking to God saying, create in me a clean heart and renew the right spirit within me, or a steadfast spirit within me. And the only time I felt that enjoyment was either praying, painting, or talking to people. And so versus me doing something harmful to myself, I decided to make sure that I have the best intentions in paint. And so anytime I'm painting, of course, other people have art, but this is me hanging my laundry.
Wow.
So Phresh Laundry.
Wow. I love that right there. It's Black History Month.
Yes.
But it's more than just 28 days, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that. What's your feelings on that?
My feelings on that is I'm so thankful that we can highlight history and culture. I'm so proud that we can do that. And I want us to do more of that. I want us to do more of that in our schools and in our homes, in our interactions with our friends, and especially with diversity and inclusion in our businesses. I think that's very, very vital, but make it more than besides February. We have long-going legacies with a lot of cultures and a lot of creeds, and it's a lot going on, but I'm willing to take the extra step to unpack life with people, and I want to make sure it's beyond February to do so. So if anyone wants to highlight me or wants to celebrate, Black history, it's a lot of things I could do besides the month of February to do.
For sure.
Black excellence is every day.
Tell me a little bit about this piece right here.
Yes.
Queen.
So this is my tribute to Miss Cicely Tyson. And of course, a lot of people didn't know, or some people didn't know that she was married to Miles Davis at one time. And I call this piece When the Trumpet Calls. And so it's more so like with her transition to passing, I'm just imagining like the first sign of like, seeing someone in heaven where you meet up with them and catch up with him, and she's holding his trumpet. And of course, I'll kind of play with the woody colors. This is the color of the year, yellow and gray. If people don't know as well too, they have like a theme color for every year. But I want to pay homage like them being in a cool place where they've like picked up where they left off at, in a good space and in a good outlook. And versus everyone, have these great images of her, I want to portray something in my style, in my way, my lane.
Just pretty much for the representative from Ohio, tell me a little bit about how that piece came to be.
Yeah, so thankfully, in good company with the sororities Fort Wayne, Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, they invited me to be a part of her, a gift for her of me painting a picture of her. And so being able to present that, she genuinely loved it. Genuinely a sweet person, and I'm loving the stuff that she's accomplished and what she's yet to do with the housing and development. The world could be your playground, even though Fort Wayne is home. This is another day at the office, and I find my way of being consistent with it, and then find my other ways where people are reaching out from outside, from overseas, from coast to coast, and being able to still find your rhythm in one location. I think it's a blessing, and then you're just adding other rhythms into your beat, if you will. But I find it where make the world your playground, but this is my office.